Hi, I'm Chris Smith with Delta Media Group and Real Estate Marketing and Technology Magazine. Today, we're talking with BJ Sonderman, Director of Agent Success, Jen Cloud, Director of Marketing, and Jill Butler, Chief Executive Officer of Red Key Realty Leaders based in St. Louis. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
What led to the start of Red Key Realty Leaders, and what's the history behind it?
So we started about 10 years ago, and I had worked for different franchises and had lots of good things at the different companies I had been at. And then I just thought, okay, I want to try this on my own. And if it doesn't work, I can always go sell real estate or go get a job. And so we opened, it was in 2012, and we actually started in a hotel room because I really didn't want to do this out of my basement. So we just started in a hotel room, and then agents started coming and joining us. And then we moved into actual office space, and now we have 2.5 offices.
Well, you've now become the #1 independent brokerage in St. Louis. What do you believe sets Red Key Realty Leaders apart from the competition?
I think a lot of it, I mean, people always say this is culture, and culture, it's hard to talk about. It's something I don't think people really get until they actually work with a group of people. So it's something that's hard to define, but it's, you know, we have a set of core values. We hire, we fire, we promote to core values. It's about production, but it's also about it being the right fit for the rest of the team. So we always look for very productive professional agents who want to do things at a high level, and that also are really like, they care about their clients, they care about the community, they care about each other. So we want it to be like high achievement and high support.
Well, you mentioned core values, and I see that the core values you have listed are love, service, and fun. In what ways are all these core values represented at Red Key Realty Leaders?
So I really think that's exactly what good real estate agents do. Love is build relationships, service is solve problems, and then we try to make it fun whenever we can.
Now, you mentioned on your website, you have a diverse group of agents who collectively speak over 14 different languages. How does having diversity within the company and among your agents help you to better serve the clients in your community?
Well, I think I think we see things from our own perspective. It's just the way we're kind of built. And so sometimes we can't see what's around the corner. So we need people who have different lived experiences than we do. And that helps us be more innovative. And again, you know, we always hope we're attracting people from other cultures, from other places to St. Louis, and we want to be good ambassadors. So having people who either speak foreign languages, who are from other countries, it makes us better able to serve clients.
No, I think it's perfectly stated. St. Louis is a very diverse community, and we want to service all parts of the St. Louis and the greater St. Louis area. And so it's a bit of a melting pot. You know, in the Midwest, we find a lot of different needs, and having a greater agent database to tap into that and be able to help those clients is part of what sets Red Key apart.
Well, BJ, I want to kind of go a little further in on this. You have both a global and a local network and an affiliation with leading RE and more. You offer a ton of great relocation services for your clients. Tell me more about what those services include and how they benefit those relocating to the area.
So having such a diverse group of agents allows us to hit into all the different unique areas within St. Louis when someone's coming in. So one of the things our relocation team does is identify if someone's coming in and going to move to a specific area. We try to find someone that works at a high level, produces a high level for that area, and knows the culture and the fibers of that area. And then we identify who that best fit is. So we will really target the right person with the right community that individual is looking for. And then, of course, outgoing as well is tremendous because our agents are able to make sure they're getting their cared for client in the hands of a very strong expert agent for the market they're going to. So whether they're coming to St. Louis, whether we're sending people away, either route, they're going to be covered by someone that really focuses on that unique demographic that they're going to.
Well, with over 170 agents from different backgrounds, what are some of the strategies for recruitment? It's always one of the toughest things that the industry has to go against. How do you go about finding a diverse set of professionals who share the same values and skills that you're looking for?
Yeah, and that's probably one of the larger parts of my role is bringing in great agents to help grow the family at Red Key. And quite honestly, what works best is you engage your current agents. They know who they want to work around. So I can sit in an office all day long and look at a spreadsheet and see an agent doing a lot of business, but that doesn't mean they would be a fit at Red Key. The beautiful thing about the company is there are people that might want to be here that we feel is not a great fit, and we go, that doesn't work. So a lot of our recruiting is built from that culture that Jill talked about, building that within, making sure our agents understand that growth is important, but it's growth the right way. And then we, in some ways, help our agents be our best assets to going out and talking to people and letting agents know. Just had someone today who I believe is joining our company in the next week And her comment to my counterpart said, I ran to 2 of your agents over the weekend, one at an open house, and one I knew them, I bumped into them, and said, why Red Key? And they went on and on and on about how great it was. So our agents are our greatest mouthpieces out there, better than any paid marketing could ever be.
And Jen Cloud, Director of Marketing. I see you're named one of the top workplaces in the St. Louis area for 5 years in a row by the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. First, congratulations on that. And what do you think makes Red Key Realty Leaders such a great place to work?
Thanks, Chris. Red Key is a great place to work because of the culture that we've built. We're consistent in the messaging that we're putting out to attract in the people that we bring in. And we have a really great formula for making sure the right personalities and the right people are here to support each other. We have a very collaborative work environment. We offer a ton of marketing support to our agents. And we have what we top shelf training. So the best training in the area that you can get to grow your business.
Well, Jill, I'd say we're so proud to have you guys as part of the family with Delta Media Group. What were some of the key factors in your decision to leave your former technology provider and switch to Delta Media Group?
There were some pain points. And again, we really preach the most important thing is a great database. It's your gold mine. That's how you service your clients, grow your business. And we were having challenges with our agents. They weren't really using it very well. They weren't very happy with it. And again, we want to help our agents be more successful. So we knew that was something we needed to look at. And I will, kudos to BJ for really diving in and doing a deep dive into what we should do next.
One of the first things I noticed is I felt like the technology we had, while adequate, could be better. And a passion of Red Key is providing the best tools to our agents we possibly can. So, and this goes right back to Jill. So we're throwing the accolades back and forth, but she loves asking what's working, what's not. And I said, I don't feel our CRM and database is working. And she said, okay, tell me why. And I went through some of my frustrations where I just thought growth was not happening, both agents buying in, and then some of the tools weren't working as they should. And she said, okay, fix it. And so I went on kind of this journey, and it was with consent to find and interviewed. It was over 40 different CRMs that I really vetted and went through on lengthy calls. And then I brought my top 5 into our leadership group, and we all sat and listened to what was provided with them. I worked with someone named Franklin at Delta, and he was amazing and answered every question, great follow-up. And then had a chance to meet with a few other people at an Inman conference. And it just, I think some of what I liked about them in the end, aside of just all of the tools that the program has, because CRMs all offer different things. Your CRM is only as good as if the agents use it. But the fact that they really preach the fact that they are a Midwest company, much like we are, they are very family focused, and they really said a lot of the very things that I think if you were to interview us, as you have, you would hear from us. So it just felt like there was a great alignment. And then even talking to some other counterparts throughout leading RE companies, they just had glowing reviews of Delta. And while they wouldn't say negative about the other contenders, the final answer from everyone's like, you will not regret that decision. And so the more we looked into it, it just became a very obvious choice for us. And I think it's going to be a great alignment for us.
Well, BJ, how has working with Delta benefited you specifically at Red Key Realty Leaders? Is there anything you can think of that it's really helped push forward for you?
I will tell you that I've been through at former brokerages a new CRM launch, and it is a treacherous thing to announce it because that's the agent's lifeblood. And when we made the announcement, I don't really fear a lot. I didn't fear the moment, but I was afraid that we would get a little bit of that groan. And I think it stopped short of a standing ovation, but it was a tremendous outburst of excitement, something new, something for their business. So there is so much optimism already from agents now that are starting to lean in to do things that we could not get them to do before. And they've yet to see anything other than a few videos and hear us talk about it. So I'm excited to see when we launch, when they see what it can do, but it's already getting more engagement. And at a time when the market's shifting, it couldn't be coming at a more perfect time for them to dive back in the business and get into the things that, frankly, they weren't doing with their old CRM.
Well, let me welcome you to the family, and it's exciting times. I definitely want to check back in with you down the road and kind of see what tools you've used the most and how you feel it's benefited. Sound good?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, the theme for this issue, how brokerages can get organized in the spring. It's one of the times of year where we really got to step back and take a look at everything. What are some of the tools and strategies you have to help stay organized at Red Key Realty Leaders?
I don't know if this answers the question, but I will say, going back to recruiting, recruiting is all about relationships. And what we do when we're getting in relationships with agents is very similar to what agents do to grow their business. So for me, a big part is building our relationship database for agents outside of our company. So within and outside of our company, and just making sure we're, using every tool possible to build relationships.
And I'll put this next one. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think just the importance of touching on all the agents and trying to get them to understand that we're there for them, and having a rhythmic reach out, if you will, to our current agents as well. As much as we love recruiting, our current agents are the reason we are where we are, and having systems in place to make sure that we are providing them the tools, but also the educational opportunities has been huge.
If I might contribute a little bit too, just about some of the nuts and bolts of getting your brokerage organized, you actually touched on something that Red Key is really in the weeds on right now. We're really trying to update our systems because as a formerly people-powered company, there were a lot of things that just lived in people's brains. We had a lot of smart people on our teams. They just ran things a certain way year after year. And we have realized through the pandemic, actually, and communicating remotely and across multiple offices, that we have to get our systems to match our brains. So we're working on getting everything out of our head into a document, into a system, into a platform. And we're very excited about Delta Media specifically and what that's going to do to help us organize several different tools and avenues and communication channels that we've just been chasing around individually before.
You've got a lot of things in front of you as a company. And of course, the good news is they're going to be exciting things. And when you look back on this time next year, you're going to see where you started versus where you are. And it's going to be a great move, we think. So we're excited for you. Are there any other new plans or initiatives that are in the works for Red Key Realty Leaders that you want to talk about that I didn't specifically ask you about?
We're getting ready to open another office, so we're really focused on that and excited about the growth.
Excellent. If someone out there is looking for more information on Red Key Realty Leaders, what's the best way for them to find out?
They can always head over to redkeystlouis.com, where they will find our new Delta Media Group platform.
I want to thank all of you for taking time to talk with me today. I know you have a lot of great things on the horizon, and I certainly want to wish you all the best, and we will check in with you again down the line and talk about all the successes.
Okay, wonderful.
Great.
Thank you so much.